The coffee table centers on a couple struggling to reconnect after the birth of their child. In an attempt to bring some normalcy back into their lives, they purchase a simple coffee table. But what seems like an ordinary decision quickly spirals into something far more devastating. A sudden, unthinkable incident transforms their home into a space filled with tension, guilt, and emotional collapse. Confined almost entirely within one apartment, the film slowly tightens its grip, forcing its characters and us, the audience, to sit with the weight of what has happened. What unfolds is a deeply uncomfortable look at grief, denial, and the fragile ways people try to cope when faced with something irreversible. The coffee table becomes more just part of the background. It turns into a quiet symbol of how easily things can slip out of your hands. Not just an object, but a reminder of how fragile control really is. At first, it feels like everything's solid, something chosen, something stable. But the longer you sit with it, the more it reflects the opposite, a lack of control. Everything around us starts to feel delicate, unstable. Like one small moment, one small decision could shift everything. The movie builds tension in a very quiet way through conversations, awkward moments, and long silences. There's also dark humor in it, not the kind that makes you laugh, but the kind where you're not sure if you should laugh or just sit there. This isn't a film built on jump scares or big horror moments. It's built on tension that slowly settles in. It leans into discomfort, the kind that doesn't hit suddenly, but lingers. It holds on to moments just a little too long, but long enough for them to feel heavy and hard to shake. And in doing so, it shows how quickly everyday life can shift into something unfamiliar and deeply unsettling. This isn't a film that feels complex or layered on the surface, but the subject matter carries a quiet, undeniable weight. It's simple in its approach, but very deliberate in how it makes you feel. The film takes its time, and that pacing won't work for everyone, but it commits to it for a reason. It lets moments linger longer than expected, so the tension has time to settle in. There's no need to rush past the discomfort. You're meant to sit in it, just like the characters. And that slow rhythm reflects what the film is really about, how things don't always spiral all at once, but sometimes they unfold slowly. And that's what makes it hard to shake. In the end, the film takes something ordinary and quietly turns it into something heavy, something that lingers. It doesn't rely on big moments, it relies on how it makes you feel and how that feeling doesn't let go. I hope you enjoyed this review of The Coffee Table. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, my page, my account, and please like the video if you did. As I always like, I was going to say, as I always like to say, but what I want to say is that if you have a movie, a horror movie, a psychological film, rather, that you would like for me to review, please email me at nikki@thesicilianscholars.com. N as in Nancy, IKKI @thesicilianscholars.com. Or you can leave a message in the comment, however you would like to do it. But I do look for suggestions. And until next time, I wish everyone a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening. It all depends on where you are. Ciao.